Y'all ready? I'm gonna do a smoky eye with like some silver glitter. It's gonna be good. So you're thinking it's gonna be like last week's silver eye? It's not. I'm drinking a lot of water. The ragweed here in Texas is pretty spicy, and I don't get allergies, but sometimes I feel like I need a little extra water, so I'm sipping my water real heavily today. Right now I'm just putting translucent powder on my brows before I do them. Okay, so we're just going to start with our 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗬 base today in shade number 2. I'm not going to worry too much about down here on my lid. You'll see why in a little while, but for right now, just make sure it's from your crease to your brow bone. Okay, so we're going to learn how to do a super sassy smoky eye. So we're already going to start a little different. I'm going to grab some translucent powder, any translucent powder, and I'm just going to go ahead and set through my crease. My laundry just got done going, so now it's perfect tutorial time. It was going full force back there. It was like a hurricane behind me. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to grab a white eyeshadow, any white eyeshadow, and we're going to start to pack this on the brow bone minus the cat hair. I'm looking at you, Judah. Judah's over there looking out the window right now. So just really tap this on the highest point of your brow. So I focus it right here, and then I'll start to tap it over this way, and I'll tap it over that way. You can see such a difference. So we're going to be using this gorgeous palette. This is the Kylie Balmain palette. Oh my goodness, I love it, and I've been wanting an excuse to use it again. So we're just going to mix these two shades together, and we're just going to run this all the way through the crease. Fun part, we're going to grab 𝗕𝗘𝗧𝗬𝗬 Badda Black, which is just a nice and black base. Look how pretty. Oh, I'm so excited. So we're just going to take the smallest amount of this. Notice how I'm kind of pushing it around on my hand. And we're just going to go ahead and lightly coat my lid to about right there. I want to kind of show you. There you go. It's going to look real scary before it gets cute. Perfect. Please don't do this. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to grab black eyeshadow, the smallest amount, and I'm going to set just the perimeter of the black. Notice I'm just tapping. We're still going to take another shade and transition it in here, but we just kind of want to set the edges with the black eyeshadow. Don't take it out too far. Just lightly set the edges. You can kind of see me do that right there too. I have never looked better. Why am I like this? Okay, we're getting into the fun part. I'm going to grab the shade Top Model again from the palette, and I'm just going to take this right above the black, and I'm going to make sure it's blending into the black and into the brown, and then this is what it's going to look like over here. And then once it's all set, we can kind of just go in and blend with small circular motions since we already set everything. Are you ready for the fun part? We're going to grab the shade Model Type right here, and I'm just going to tap it. Look how pretty. And then we're just going to pop that right on top. Remember, we didn't set the base down here, so it's just going to cling right to that black base. Look how stunning. Now I'm just going to take a wet wipe and we'll just clean up over here. That's good enough for right now, because we're going to have to go back in a minute and melt that into our did y'all hear that? Houston, Texas. We'll have to go back in a minute and melt this into our foundation. There's the pronunciation. I like our better. Okay, so I'm not going to do a cat eye, but I am just going to really darken out this lash line. This is the Huda, what's the name of this? I always forget it. Lifeliner? Yeah, Lifeliner. And we're just using the pencil end, and we'll just bring it and really just darken up this lash line. That looks about right. Real fast, I'm going to do top and bottom waterline as well. Just kind of glide it across. Sometimes I find, I don't know if you can do this, because a lot of times I'll tell you guys to do things and you're like, well, there's no way I can do that, and I understand because we all. So I'm not really sure what my story is doing, but today Instagram's is not having it. But I wanted to get on here and let you know real fast that smoky eyes are scary until you start seeing them all come together. So don't be afraid of your smoky eye, okay? Look, this is terrifying. I'm terrified, and I know where this is going to end. So let's grab a primer. I'm trying to use new stuff. Well, not new, just like, you know, different things. Where did that one primer go? I really like this. Let's use this again. I'm gonna grab my Wonder Glow from Charlotte Tilbury. I used this yesterday and I loved it underneath my foundation. That's all I used yesterday. And then we'll just kind of work it in. And it feels so good on the skin. Most illuminating products feel so heavy and so, I guess, greasy on the skin. This one does not. So, real nice. All right, I'm gonna use one I haven't used in 100 years. 100 of them. 100. Doug, now is not the time. This is my Lancome Tint Idol. Haven't worn it in forever, honestly. I use the shade Bisque 360 Bisque Neutral. Okay, Smith 151. And we'll just work this into the skin. Oh, I love the way this one smells and feels. It feels like whipped air on your skin. Look how pretty that is. So I always make sure that I go over my foundation with a damp sponge. It's just going to pick up what might be too much for your skin, and it's just really going to melt it in. See how you can kind of still see everything? And if you feel like you do need more coverage, you can honestly just pick up the foundation with the sponge, and you can add more. But I normally don't do this. I'm kind of just showing you. See the difference? Totally vibing with this. I used this yesterday. It's the Charlotte Tilbury Contour Wand. Glass brush and buff this in. I like it because it doesn't set too fast either. But remember, I'm always blending up. And Doug says, no, the UPS man may not come and drop off things. Do y'all hear him? He's trying his best to stay quiet. Look how pretty that is. Was that the mail? Was that my wigs? Okay, we need Kylie concealer because it's a good time. This is Gypsum. This is the one I use to just bring my features forward, bring out some highlight. And then I'm gonna grab the shade Himalaya, which is more of the peachy tones, to color correct. And then I'll put it here, anywhere we have shadows. It's just gonna really cancel out any darkness. And by the way, no one needs as much concealer. This is what I call Playtime Fun Concealer. And I'm just kind of reshaping my face when I'm doing this. But this isn't like, ooh, let me go somewhere concealer. I mean, you can, and we all have our different preferences, but I really just don't think any of us need this much. I could be wrong. And you might need it, and you'd be like, no, I need it. And I feel you. But you might really not. But it's really fun. Ooh, I love it. I'm going to grab my Kylie Soft Pink Powder. And I'm going to bake today because we have so much going on underneath our eye that we might have some fallout, but this is just going to help correct even more shadows. It's my favorite underneath my eyes. Now we're going to grab this Sigma E32. It's really stiff, so it's really going to smoke out underneath here really nicely. We're going to go back into this shade, and we're just going to go wild underneath here. Just wild, the Backstreet Boys. Just go in. So I just got the idea that I want to add pink highlights to everything. We're going to have pink highlight, pink blush. It's just going to go real pink. I'm going to grab this shade, Night Out, from the palette. And we're going to pop this on our brow bone. This is going to give us a tiny bit of shimmer with a touch of pink. So I'm going to lay down a pink base for our inner corner. I'm going to grab a Super Shock Shadow from ColourPop. But what I like to do when I want everything to kind of blend and be monochromatic, I'll lay down a base first. So lay down the pink base for everything. I'm going to grab Kylie powder in the shade Beige. And I'm just going to set the rest of my face with this. Just a really small amount. Remember, we tap it in. We never drag the brush. We're always tapping. Tip it tapping. You might mess up your foundation, and this is really what makes your foundation cakey. It's not about layering the product, it's about how you're applying it. So you just want to work this in, and it's really going to help make sure your foundation stays nice and smooth. I'm going to grab a little bit of the beige powder as well and just kind of go right under here. I like doing the beige because it'll just eventually melt back into the skin, but you'll still get a little bit of that nice contour shape. I'm gonna grab Winter Kissed blush from Kylie. Remember, we want to keep everything really pink. Normally I'd go a little bit warmer, but I kind of want to try just some cool tones with this. And this brush is from Hank and Henry. I really like it for blush. I'm gonna throw on my lava lashes in the style Flirty. I think these are my favorite at the moment. I've been going to these so much. And don't forget, you can use my code ROSE for a discount on lava lashes. Alrighty, let's dust off all this powder. This is my favorite brush of all time. I'm gonna say that because it's the one I've had the longest. It's from Japanesque. It's the fluffy concealer brush, but I use it for so many different things. And if you guys don't have one, please get one. So lately I've been wiping off any of the concealer that's on my lips, anything too heavy. And I'm just finding out that my lipstick and my lip liner goes on a little bit better. So just wipe off just a little bit of it. This looks fun, and this has pink. This is from Touch in Sol. It's called the Liquid Glitter Topper. And they come out like that. This is the one. This is what we need. Let's see how this works out. I know I've used it. I don't remember. It has a wand. Okay, that's nice. It's giving us all the zhuzh that we need. And in fact, I didn't want it to be too bright, so that's really pretty. Okay, so to tie everything back in, I'm actually going to use this shade as our highlighter. Look how pretty. It just has the pink tones. It doesn't look like a bruise when you turn this way. It's just so pretty. I really love this palette so much. I want to use the mint. I added a Pepto-Bismol pink racing stripe. That's what I call these, by the way. I'm sorry. So this is the Fenty Beauty liner. And we're just going to go under there. We'll see where else I want to put it. Maybe through here. It's kind of fun. Don't worry, you can literally just wipe that right off. Okay. Alright, so I wanted to mimic kind of the pinky tones we have going on here. I'm going to start with Dose of Colors lip liner in the shade Casual. My favorite lip liner of all time. And now I'm going to grab the shade Paris from Kylie. This one is a liquid lipstick. It's so pretty though. It's literally like the perfect tones. It's been 100 years since I've worn a gloss. No, actually I think it's been about a week, but it's time to try a gloss. And I haven't tried this one. I bought this when it came out. It's called Model Behavior. Also from Kylie. And I'm just going to focus it on the center. That is so pretty and like matches all the vibes. This is one of those crazy new filters. Does it do something to my lips? Oh, it does. Ooh, it's spicy though.